What is it that you like about being alone? Being alone, I can develop. I can develop personally. Personally. I can read books, different writings. This allows me to develop. Why does individual development demand you to be alone? Because this way I absorb the sources, the materials, different phenomena in a way that no one stands in my way. It's me. And then you develop individually. Yes. And you say that even though that you like being alone, I have to go out to connect with other people. Why? You said that there's a goal that forces you to do it? Yes, the more I give them, help them, it's not that I'm special. I'm talking about any person. The more I contribute to other people, this way I also can absorb from them. It's called I learn from all of my students. Why students? Because by wanting to pass on to them my good, friendly participation with them, towards them, to that extent I can receive from them, according to this very approach that I want to benefit them in every possible way, by this warm attitude towards them. In return, I get their impression. It's called I learn from all of my students, and then they teach me. They enlighten me. And so what happens here is that we become mutually connected, I to them, to all of my students, and I learn from them. I become a student. And this way we connect. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the accumulation of wisdom. It's an attitude with respect to everything. So there are two levels. There is a personal level on which a person has to develop himself, and for this he has to be alone, on his own. But in order to maximize his abilities, he has to have an interaction with other people, and then he benefits them, and they benefit him. Goes back to his corner, keeps developing on his own. He gets something, he comes and passes it on to others, and so on. So it's not by chance that reality consists of these two parts where I'm both on my own, but also together. The time has come for us to connect this way. This is called the days of the Messiah, the last generation where we have to connect this way. What's the right balance between being on my own and the interaction? The right balance is something that everyone has to feel individually. You said this in the beginning, but still, can you give me some kind of some formula? What's the right balance? I'm not asking what to do now or what to do in an hour, but towards what yardstick can I measure? Is there a yardstick with respect to which I can measure that fits everyone? No. It's called a man's soul shall teach him. That he'll feel that he has to come out and publicize and bestow and also to receive from others. He'll feel that he needs a new connection. We're advancing towards a state, we just talked about the individual and his attitude towards himself and the interactions and so on. From a broader point of view, humanity, we're in the 21st century. What's going to grow? The together or the on your own? Both. Both of them together. Yes. And what will be the formula for the right balance between being together and being alone? That the together will cover for the individualism. So you have to have both. So, in the day-to-day life, a person will be more directed at what? At being together or being alone on his own? In 10 years' time, how will people live? If you look at them in 10 years, you'll say about them that they're people that are more alone and on their own, or they're more together. It'll be in harmony, both. From alone to together and from together to alone. That's how it is, in harmony. What is this harmony? So there will be no collision between the two, but mutuality, support. What does it mean for there to be no collision? What's the danger? What danger? The word's out of context. I mean the collision between these two attitudes, the alone and the together. You said that these two approaches will work together harmoniously. Just like we see that now there's a collision. I don't want to go out and connect. And if someone wants to connect to me, I don't want it. There's a collision between the together and the alone. And we'll reach a state where it will become very critical, and I hope that it will happen soon. Then humanity will start looking for, okay, what do we do? What do we do about ourselves? How can we teach people to be together? Because that's what nature is demanding. Otherwise, we'll see natural disasters, wars, people not being able to build a family, not being able to do anything. They'll be very cruel because they won't be able to connect their personality, their individual with the together. So we'll have to teach them, and they'll want to learn how to do it. How does a person know that he's balanced? Harmony between these two levels. A person will feel that by this he's opening up nature, that he's opening his eyes on a completely new level. In the connection between these two degrees, the personal and the collective, he'll feel that a new world's opening up before him. He'll feel that all the opposite forms connect there and complete each other. The person of tomorrow is an individualist more than today? No. His entire individualism is in order to support the one man. What do you mean? It's a system that as a whole is called one man. I don't understand. In 10 years, a person will be more individualistic than today or not? He'll be individualistic by being connected and included with everyone. Meaning that his individualism will be directed for the benefit of society and not for his own benefit. His own benefit and the well-being of society for him will be the same thing. Can you sum all of this up for us? People reach a state where we feel all of us as one. What does it mean as one? That all of us are like the upper force. We attain the upper force among us, which is what? Mutual bestowal, mutual love that fulfills people, and by that they discover the upper reality.